On the occasion of Turkey's Power Awards of Müsiat, I'm very pleased to share, to come together with you, and I would like to thank the Müsiat executives for bringing us together on this important event, and I thank them on behalf of myself and my nation. I would like to also thank each and every one of you for the award given to me. The Turkey's Power Special Award is a sign of your generosity as well as our long friendship and our solidarity, as well as our collegiality on this cause. Hopefully, my whole life I will carry this award with great pride. Similarly, there have been awards given in 9 different areas to winners and representatives from businesses, academia, and NGOs, and I congratulate those as well. According to our ancestors, skills require to be praised, otherwise the effort is lost. No matter in which area, as much as the achievement itself, the names that have created that achievement should also be praised for their efforts. Every achievement that is rewarded leads to bigger achievements in life and bigger investments in a business, as we closely see. Some opposition players and mandate-defending economists try to give out pessimist news every day, and under such conditions this becomes even more important. Those who believe in, those who contribute to the development of our country should be rewarded, and I believe it is very relevant to do so. Through some exceptions, there are those who try to portray a pessimist picture, and the best response that we can give to them is the winners who have just won awards. The names that we have given awards to today are the heroes of the success narrative that Turkey has created, and they're only a small minority or a small example group. From east to west of Turkey or from north to south, on different corners of our country, women and youth and tens of thousands of our citizens create similar achievements every day. Currently, we have in total 6 startups which have already reached a $1 billion evaluation. Many seed startups have turned into businesses which can export technology to different countries. Many of our factories try to work 3 shifts a day in order to fulfill their orders. The investment appetite is increasing for both local and international investors. We have more than 30 million in employment. Our industrial output is making new record levels every month. With $225 billion in exports, we have set even higher targets for ourselves for this year. And by April, our exports for 12 months has exceeded $240 billion. Excluding energy, our import to export ratio has exceeded 100%. Only 20 years ago, in 365 days, we could only export $36 billion. Today, we are able to export the same amount in as short as a month. Our end of year target is $250 billion, and we're making progress towards that goal. Everyone who follows the Turkish economy and the real economy would see the reality this picture of achievement which is beyond the lies told by the opposition. No matter who says what, we are a country that continuously improves itself, and our businesses also improve themselves and continue carrying the bar higher. As the chair of MÜSİAD also expressed, these awards reward the strong and encourage the strong producers and investors of a strong Turkey. And for our new entrepreneurs and industrialists, they create inspiration. And with all of our means, we continue supporting those who believe in the potential of our country, who are visionary, hardworking, and who love their country and nation. We continue supporting such business people. As we carry Turkey to its 2023 targets and to 2053 vision, we need value-added and innovation-based production. And for this purpose, we have initiated a technology-centered industrial leap program, and we continue expanding this program to new domains, and we lock on success in all of these areas. We carry out the R&D and production in our own country. We localize 919 high technology products that we will produce locally. The LEAP program has initiated a call for mobility, and after reviewing the applications, 31 projects have been shortlisted, which would contribute greatly to our economy. For these projects, 3.5 billion lira investment and research and development expenditure will be made. Advanced driving support systems, smart camera systems, electric vehicle battery carriers to innovative lightened parts. Many products will be produced with our domestic means, and hopefully in the future we will include chemistry, pharmaceuticals, and electronics. We will add other industries which require high technology, and we will continue expanding this important LEAP program. By doing so, we will turn Turkey from the market of critical technologies to a producer of them, and this will be done step by step with your support as well. Esteemed friends, today, in addition to our award ceremony, we also celebrate the 32nd anniversary of MÜSİAD's foundation. We are proud to have this occasion. Since the day it was founded, it worked very hard and overcame all obstacles and contributed to Turkey's development and the economy's growth and the democracy's development. And for all this contribution, I would like to thank MÜSİAD on behalf of my nation.
MÜSİAD'ın güçlenmesi için samimiyetle çaba harcayan
I also congratulate the previous presidents and board members and representatives who have made efforts in order to strengthen MÜSİAD. Of course, after a difficult journey of 32 years, we have lost many of our brothers and sisters to eternity. They were acting in the principle of gaining and spending for this country, and once again, I would like to commemorate them and wish for God's grace on them. May God bless them and take them in His heaven. I also congratulate Professor Necmettin Erbakan, who has contributed with his opinions to the foundation of MÜSİAD. MÜSİAD takes inspiration from our civilizational values, and it has an original position among our business organizations. In the past 32
karşılaştığı
years,
tüm kritik dönemeçlerde
in
MÜSİAD
all
bu
important
duruşunu
critical turning
açıkça
points,
ortaya koymuştur.
MÜSİAD has always
Şöyle bir
displayed
hafızamızı
this
yokladığımızda
position very
28
clearly.
Şubat'ın
When we check our
sermayenin renklere
memories,
ayrıldığı
we
karanlık günlerinden
remember the
vesayetin
coup and
yeniden
tutelage days
kodlatılma
where
çabalarına,
capital was
Cumhuriyet
discriminated against,
mitinglerinden
or
gezi
the
olaylarındaki
Cumhuriyet, the
sokak
Republic
terörüne,
demonstrations to the
17-25
street
Aralık
terror and
girişiminden
Gezi
15
incidents to
Temmuz
17 to
kanlı darbe
25th
teşebbüsünün
December incidents
Türkiye'nin
to the
ekonomik
bloody coup
ve
attempt of July
siyasi
15th,
bağımsızlığına hedef alan saldırılara kadar
and
her
all
kritik
other
dönemde
attacks which
MÜSİAD
target Turkey's
daima
independence. In such
milleti
critical times,
ve
MÜSİAD
milli iradenin
has
yanında
always
saf
sided with the nation and the
sadece
national
ekonomi
will,
ve siyasette
not
değil,
only in economy
mazlum
and in
ve
politics, but
mağdurlarla dayanışmada
when it
da
comes to
MÜSİAD
solidarity
hep öncü bir
with
rol
the
üstlenmiştir.
victimized, MÜSİAD has always
Veren
placed a
elin
pioneering role.
alan elden
You
üstün
know
olduğu
that the giving
inancıyla
hand is
ülkemizin
superior to the
sınırlarını
taking
aşan
hand, and
yardımlar
with this
yapmıştır.
philosophy you have carried out
Kazancınızı
aid campaigns
çalışanlarınız yanında
beyond our country's
ihtiyaç
borders.
sahipleriyle de
You have
paylaşarak
shared your
iş
earnings with
dünyasına
your employees
örnek
and those in need, and you have
dürüstlüğünüz
set a model
ve
for the business
güvenilirliğinizle
sphere. With
dünyanın bir
your
ucunda
honesty and
milletimizi en
reliability,
güzel
you have
şekilde temsil
demonstrated
ettiniz.
our nation in the
İşte
best way possible
Suriye'nin
on
kuzeyinde
different corners
olduğu
of the
gibi
globe.
ilket
Just like in
evlerde
the north of
600-650
Syria,
ilket evin orada inşa
600
edilmesi
brick
sizin attığınız bu güzel
apartments
adımlardan
have been
bir
built.
tanesidir.
This has been one
Tabii
of
bu
the
rakamı
great projects
daha da
that you have carried out, and if you
bizleri
can
çok daha
increase
mutlu
this
edersiniz.
number,
Hedef
you would
en az
make us
100.000
even happier.
ilket
The
evi orada
target
inşa
should be at least
Helalinden
100,000
kazanma
brick
hassasiyetinizle
homes.
asırlara sahip
You have gained
ailelik geleneğinizi
rightfully, and you have maintained
sizler
the
ihya
Ahi
ettiniz.
tradition and
Daha
revived
pek çok
it.
örneğini
There
sayabileceğimiz
can be many
bu
other
erdemli
examples
tavırlarınızdan
listed of
dolayı her
your
birinizi
virtuous
tebrik ediyorum.
approach and
Mevla
behavior, and I
istikametinizi bozmasın.
congratulate each one of you, and may
Emeklerinizi
God
zayi
keep
etmesin
you
diyorum.
on this right
Yani birilerinin
destination.
kalkıp ülkemize
There are
hicret eden
people
ama Suriye,
who
ama
talk
Afganistan,
about those who
ama Irak,
migrated to our country,
İran,
whether from
fark
Iraq or
etmiyor.
Iran or Syria or
Biz
Afghanistan. It doesn't matter.
muhacirlik
We
ve ensar
believe
olma
that
kabiliyetinin
the
ne
Ansar and the
olduğunu
Muhajir
en iyi
should
bilen
be
bir
brothers.
kültürün
We come from a
mensuplarıyız.
culture that knows what this means.
Muhacirlik nedir? Ensar nedir?
What does it mean to be the
Bunu
Ansar
anlamayan,
or the Muhajir?
bunu bilmeyenlerle bizim işimiz yok.
We have nothing to do with those who
Biz,
don't know about
sevgili
this philosophy.
Peygamberimizin,
We
evet,
follow
muhacirliğini
the
de biliriz.
footsteps
Ensar
of our
olduğunu da
prophet.
biliriz.
We know the times when he
Onun
was
için de
a
biz bu
immigrant
yolda
himself or
aynı
when he was the
anlayışla
host.
devam ediyoruz.
So we continue with the same
Suriye'den
understanding.
savaştan çıkıp
From
ülkemize
Syria,
sığınan bu
fleeing war,
kardeşlerimize
our brothers and
sonuna
sisters have
kadar
taken
sahip çıkacağız.
refuge
Bay
in our
Kemal,
country,
siz
and
ne
we will
derseniz
protect
deyin,
them
biz
till
oradayız.
the end, no matter what the opposition and Mr. Kemal says.
Biz bu konutları da onun için yapıyoruz.
This is why we are building
Kendileri arzu
these
ettikleri zaman
homes.
vatanlarına
When they
dönebilirler.
wish, they are
Ama
free
biz
to go
onları
back to their
asla bu
homelands,
topraklardan
but
kovmayız
we can
ve
never
kovmayacağız.
push
Burada
them
biz
out of this land, and we will never do so.
birileri çıkmış durmadan laf salatası yapıyor.
There are those
Yok ya.
who are making various
Asla
claims, but
kapımız açık, onlara ev sahipliğimizi yapmaya devam edeceğiz.
we will continue keeping our
Ve
gates open
onları
and hosting them,
katillerin eline, kucağına
and
atmayacağız.
we will not push them back to the murderers and killers.
Onun için de bu süreç içerisinde
For that
bu
reason,
yardımseverliğimizi her zaman
throughout
nasıl
this
yapıyorsak
process, we have
yapmaya
maintained
devam edeceğiz.
our help and will continue
Zekattan bu
doing so.
millet anlar.
Our
Sadakayı cariyeden
nation
bu
knows
millet anlar.
about
Ama
almsgiving,
onlar anlamaz.
and they know about zakah,
Dolayısıyla
but
da
others
biz
they
bu
don't.
yolda
For that reason,
aynen
we will continue
yürümeye devam edeceğiz.
making progress on this path.
Kardeşlerim, çekilen çilelerin Yapılan fedakarlıkların
The troubles
hukuk ve
endured and the
demokrasi zemininde
sacrifices
yürütülen ısrarlı
and
mücadelenin boşa
the
gitmediğini
efforts
görüyoruz.
for law and
Milletin
democracy
değerlerinin
are not in
yok
vain.
sayıldığı bir dönemdeki bizatihi
In
milletin
the past,
bağrından
when the
çıkan
values of the nation
müsiat
were
her
ignored,
yıl biraz daha
Musiat was born
güçlenerek
out of
yoluna
this nation,
devam ediyor.
and each year it
Yurt
becomes
içinde
stronger and it
83 irtibat
continues its
noktasına,
journey.
yurt
It
dışında
has
ise
83
81
contact
ülkede
points
toplam
in
164
Turkey
temsilciliğe
and
ulaşan
160
MÜSİAD
representation
bugün 12
offices
binin
in more than
üzerindeki üyesi
80 countries.
ve
It has
60
more
bine
than
yakın
12,000
firmasıyla
members and
ihracatımızın
60,000
%20'sine
companies in
imza
total,
atıyor.
and with that it carries out
Doğrusu
20% of
ödül
our
alan
total exports.
kardeşlerimi yine şahsım
Once
milletim
again,
adına
I congratulate the
özellikle
award
tebrik
winners
ediyorum.
on behalf of my
Afrika'dan
nation.
Asya'ya,
From Africa
Amerika'dan
to
Uzak
Asia,
Doğu'ya
from
kadar pek
America
çok
to
yerde
Far East,
üyelerimizin
in many
Türk
different
malı
parts of the
damgalı
world, your
ürünleri
members are
rafları süslüyor.
putting the
Ülkemizin
Turkish-made
81
products
vilayetinde
on
yaşayan
the shelves.
milyonlarca vatandaşımız sizlerin
Millions of our
vesilesiyle
citizens
istihdam
living in
imkanı
different
buluyor.
corners of our
Yönetim
country
kuruluyla,
find employment
komisyonlarıyla,
in your
genç
businesses
müsiyadıyla,
with
kadın
the
çalışma
various
grubuyla,
units
düzenlediği fuarlar
and
ve
of Musiat and
organizasyonlarla
with the
MÜSİAD'ın
various events that you
ülkemize
organize.
katkılarını
We
takdirle takip
appreciate the contribution that
Ülkemizin
Musiat does
yatırım
to our country's
potansiyelinin
economy.
doğru
The
tanıtılması,
investment potential
üretim
of our
sahalarının
country
geliştirilmesi,
should be promoted, the
ihracatının arttırılmasına
production
yönelik çalışmalar
and export be
gerçekleştirilecek
expanded,
ve MÜSİAD
and
Ticaret Ofisi'nin de önemli bir ihtiyacı gidereceğine
for
doğrusu
this
ben
the
inanıyorum.
Musiat Commerce Office will play
Sayın
an
Başkan'ın
important
şahsında
role. And
MÜSİAD
through the
yönetimini
president of
bu
Musiat,
vizyoner
I would like to
projeleri
congratulate
dolayısıyla
the
ayrıca
Musiat
tebrik
leadership
ediyorum.
for this visionary
Sizlerden
project.
önümüzdeki
And
dönemde
I ask
çok
you
daha büyük
to
hizmetler,
carry out
atılımlar
even greater
bekliyorum.
services and take bigger
Değerli dostlarım,
steps in
kardeşlerim,
the future. Dear brothers and
insanlık son
sisters
asrın
and dear
en
friends,
büyük sağlık krizi olarak
humanity
nitelenen
has faced the
koronavirüs
biggest health
salgınını geride
crisis of the
bırakırken
past century.
artçı
And as we leave
sarsıntılarıyla
behind this
mücadelesini
virus, we
sürdürüyor.
continue our
Salgının
struggle
özellikle
against
ekonomide
the
arz talep
quakes
dengesini alt üst
of this,
ettiğini,
especially in
küresel
production
ticaretin
and
işleyişini
in
bozduğunu,
global trade. The
tedarik
pandemic has
zincirlerinde
caused
kırılmalara
disruptions
yol
as well
açtığını,
as breaking
emtia ve
supply
enerji
chains and
fiyatlarında çok
increasing
ciddi
commodity
artışlara sebep
and
olduğunu
energy
görüyoruz.
prices.
Bu olumsuz küresel ekonomik görünüm
This is a
Ukrayna
negative
ve Rusya
global
arasında
economic
sıcak
outlook,
çatışmaların
which
başlamasıyla beraber
with
daha
the
da kötüleşti.
conflict
Örneğin
between Ukraine and
2022
Russia has
Mart
got,
ayı itibariyle
became even worse.
Avrupa'da
In
doğalgaz
March, for
fiyatları
instance, the
bir
gas
önceki
prices
yılın
in
aynı
Europe
ayına göre
compared to the
yaklaşık
same month
%600
of the previous
oranında
year
arttı.
has increased by
Yani
almost
6 katına çıktı.
600%, which means
Benzer
it
fiyat
increased
yükselişlerini
sixfold.
gıdadan
Similar
petrole,
price hikes can be
nalbur
seen in
fiyatlarından
food to
ara
oil
mamullere kadar
or in freight
hemen her
to
alanda görmek
uh,
mümkündür.
semi-finished products. In
Katlanarak
every
artan
area,
enerji,
these price increases can be
gıda
seen.
ve ham
Energy,
madde
food,
fiyatları
and raw
ne yazık ki
material
tüm
prices
dünyada
are
enflasyonu
multiplying,
körüklüyor.
and unfortunately, this is
Aşırı
causing
yüksek
inflation
enflasyon
in all
bugün
over the
Avrupa
world.
ve
Extreme high
Amerika bölgesi
inflation
başta olmak
is
üzere
troubling
herkesin
Europe
ortak
and
sorunu
America,
haline
and it has
gelmiştir.
become the shared
Enflasyon
problem
oranı
of everyone.
Amerika Birleşik
The
Devletleri ve
inflation rate
Almanya'da
in
son
the
40
US
yılı,
and Germany has reached
Fransa'da
the
son
highest
36
level of the
yılın,
past 4
İngiltere'de
decades and
son 30
past
yılın,
36 years in
Avro
France and
bölgesinde
3 decades
son
in the
25
UK
yılın
and the
zirvesine
highest level
ulaşmıştır.
of the past 25
Dahası
years in the
birçok
Eurozone.
ülkede üretim
In many
yavaşlamakta,
countries, production
istihdam
has slowed
düşmekte,
down,
iç talep
employment has
zayıflarken
decreased,
bütçe açıkları
domestic
ve
demand has
kamu
weakened,
borçluluğu
and budget
rekora
deficit
koşmaktadır.
and public debt has
Elbette
reached
tüm bu
new
olumsuz
record
gelişmelerden
levels.
küresel ekonominin bir parçası olan
Of course,
Türk ekonomisi de
Turkish economy is
ister
a part
istemez
of the global
etkileniyor.
economy and it is
Üstelik biz
affected by these
bir de kur
negative
baskısı
trends as well.
ve
We
eskiden
also
beri en
have the
önemli
exchange rate
sorunumuz olan
pressure and
rasyoneliteden uzak fiyatlandırma alışkanlığıyla
irrational
mücadele
pricing
ediyoruz.
habit, which has been our
Bilhassa
problem for a
artan
long time,
enerji ve ham madde
especially
maliyetlerinin
as the raw
sanayicilerimiz
material and
üzerinde
energy
ciddi
prices
baskı
go up. This
oluşturduğunun
creates a serious
farkındayız.
pressure on our
Aynı şekilde
industries. Similarly, the increase in market prices come from the extreme fluctuation in energy and raw material prices. But Turkey is a country which is weak, which is poor in energy. Despite that, in terms of the price reflected to end users, we have the lowest energy cost even when compared to Europe. As the government, we ensure that our producers and citizens have access to affordable energy without any breaks. We are doing all that we can, and we are encouraging energy generation from our own resources. Despite the sabotage coming from the opposition, we are taking steps in order to functionalize our nuclear power plants. The Akkuyu is underway, and hopefully Akkuyu will be opened before the end of 2023 as our nuclear power plant. In addition, the 18th of March, Çanakkale Bridge has been finished and has been opened to the use of the whole humanity and our nation. In addition to all such steps, with 1 week in between, we have also inaugurated the airport in Tokat, which is serving quite well, thankfully, and it is serving not only the residents of Tokat, but it's open to serve all humanity. But we continue, we don't stop. There are 5 airports in the world which are located above the sea, and we have 2 of those. One of them is the airport between Giresun and Ordu, and the second one is being built between Rize and Artvin, and on Saturday we will carry out the inauguration for this new airport.
Durmak yok. Yola devam ediyoruz.
We will continue and without stopping. But unfortunately, there are those who only talk empty words, despite all the achievement that has been made. So our citizens from Artvin or Rize provinces will be able to take a flight from Istanbul and be able to land at Rize Artvin Airport in less than 2 hours, and in half an hour and in 45 minutes maximum they'll be able to reach their homes. This is what is provided by a modern society.
Göreve geldiğimizde Türkiye genelinde 26 tane havalimanı var.
When we first came to office, there were only 26 airports all over Turkey, but now we have 57. We had 76 universities, but now we have 207 universities. There is no province that does not have its university. In all of our 81 provinces, we have universities. When we first started off, we said education, health, and in health, currently, we have 19 city hospitals, and we continue building new ones. We don't have any province where there is not a hospital. In bigger districts, we continue building hospitals as well. Without these, we would not be able to overcome the coronavirus trouble as easily as we did. Thankfully, the existence of these health facilities made it easier for us. We have discovered gas in the Black Sea, and we are working very hard in order to connect it to our local grid. In new zones, we continue our seismic exploration activities without a break. Currently, we have 4 exploration vessels and 2 seismic research vessels operating. When we came to office, we did not have such vessels, but now we have our own. And with these, we continue our seismic research and our drilling activities.
Bütün bunların yanında
In addition
asgari
to all
ücretten
of these steps,
memur ve emekli
we
maaşlarına
have
kadar her
improved
alanda
the salaries
insanımızın hayat
and the
standardını
minimum
koruyacak
wage in order to
adımlar
protect
atıyoruz.
the
Asgari
living
ücret
standards of
artışının
our citizens.
işverenlerimiz
We have
üzerindeki yükünü azaltmak için de
decreased the
tamamı
burden presented
işverenlerimizden
by the
çıkan
increase in minimum
gelir ve
wage.
damga
We have
vergilerini
eliminated the revenue and stamp
İşverenlerimize
taxes which
çalışan
were
başına
previously paid
450
by
lira avantaj
employers.
sağlayan
This
bu uygulamayla
has enabled a
devlet olarak elimizi taşın
450
altına
lira
koyduğumuzu
additional
göstermiş olduk.
advantage for employers,
Gerek
which
KDV
shows that we are
indirimleriyle,
doing our part
gerek
as the state.
destek
With
paketlerimizle,
VAT cuts
gerekse
and
pek
our
çok alanda
subsidy
yaptığımız
packages and
sübvansiyonlarla
our
85
subsidies in
milyonun
many
her
other
bir
areas,
ferdinin fiyat
we
artışlarından
are
asgari
protecting
düzeyde
all of our 80
etkilenmesini
million
sağlıyoruz.
citizens from
Bir
the price
taraftan
hikes.
küresel
On the
ve
one hand,
bölgesel
global
istikrarsızlıklarla
and
mücadele
regional
ederken, diğer
instabilities
taraftan
we
da
fight against, and on
ekonomide
the other hand,
yakaladığımız ivmeyi
we
artırmanın
try to
çabası
increase
içindeyiz.
the speed
Bu
that we
süreçte
have
temel
achieved in
önceliğimiz
developing our
hem
economy.
çevremizdeki ateşi
Our top
sınırlarımız
priority
dışında
is
tutmak,
to keep the
hem de
fire around
insanımızın
us outside
işini,
our borders
başını,
and to
can ve
protect
mal
the
emniyetini
livelihood and
garanti etmek.
security and employment
Vatandaşımızın
of our
özellikle
citizens.
belini büken
Especially the
artışların
high
bir kısmının
price
ekonomik
increases
gerçeklerle bağlantısının
are
bulunmadığını da
sometimes not
elbette biliyoruz.
related to the economic
Serbest piyasa
realities.
ekonomisi sınırları içinde
Within the
kazanmak
limits
yerine
of rather
gayri
than making
ahlaki
gains in
yöntemlerle
line with the free market
milletimizin
economy
aşına
principles,
kan doğurama
there are
peşinde
those who
koşan
use
fırsatçıların
unethical
olduğunu da
methods to
görüyoruz.
have unjustified gains.
Bakanlıklarımız
Our
ve diğer
ministries
kurumlarımızda
and other
tamahkarlık yapanlara
institutions
karşı
are following
mücadelemizi
and
kararlılıkla
monitoring
sürdürüyoruz.
and continue fighting against
Bugün
those who are
kabine
acting
toplantımızda
greedily under such
ve
conditions. Today we
kabine
will have
toplantımızda
our cabinet
bu
meeting,
meseleleri
and
tekrar
during this
konuşacak,
meeting we will
tartışacak,
handle these
hukuki
issues
ve
once
idari
again. We
anlamda
will discuss
alınması
them,
gereken ilave
and
önlemler
we will
varsa
discuss
bunlarla
any
ilgili
legal or
adımlarımızı da
economic
inşallah
additional
süratle
steps
hayata
to be
geçireceğiz.
taken.
Son 20 yılda
In the past
insanımızı
2
nasıl
decades,
enflasyona
we have
ezdirmediysek,
protected
açgözlü
our
piyasa
citizens
cambazlarının
against
fiyat
inflation,
oyunlarına da
and we will not
vatandaşlarımızı
allow
kurban
the price
etmeyeceğiz.
games of the greedy
Ülkemiz
market players.
Ülkemiz, milletimiz, ekonomimiz
Our
ve
country,
aydınlık
our
geleceğimiz
nation,
adına
our
verdiğimiz
economy,
kutlu
and for
mücadelede
our bright
TÜSİAD'ın
future,
da
we are
hak ettiği yeri
making
alacağına inanıyorum.
important effort, and I believe
Sizlerden
Musiat
sürekli
will gain
milletimize
the position that it
karamsarlık
deserves.
aşılayan
I
müflis
ask you not to
siyasetçilere
listen
aldırmadan
to the
çalışmaya,
failed
üretmeye,
politicians who
ihraç
try to
etmeye,
instill pessimism, but
yatırımlarınıza
rather
yenilerini
continue
eklemeye
producing,
devam etmenizi
exporting,
bekliyorum.
and making new
Rabbim yar
investments.
ve
And may
yardımcımız
God
olsun diyor.
help us.
32.
And
kuruluş
I
yıl
once again
dönümünüzü bir
congratulate
kez daha
your
tebrik ediyorum.
32nd
Türkiye'nin
anniversary,
gücü ödüllerine
and
layık
I
görülen
congratulate
isimleri
the winners
tekrar
of
kutluyor.
Turkey's Power
Mobilite
Awards,
çağrısı kapsamında
and
seçilen 31
I also
projemizin
congratulate the
sahiplerine
31
başarılar
projects in
diliyorum.
line with the
TÜSİAD'ın
mobility call.
şahsında
And through
ülkemizin
Musiat,
kalkınması,
I
hedeflerine
would like to
ulaşması için
thank
çaba
everyone
gösteren
who makes
tüm
efforts in
sanayicilerimize
order to bring our
teşekkür
country
ediyor.
to its
Sizleri bir
targets
kez daha
and to
saygıyla
develop our
selamlıyorum.
economy.
Kalın sağlıcakla.
Sayın Cumhurbaşkanımıza hitaplarından ötürü teşekkür ediyoruz ve fotoğraf çekimi için kısa bir süre daha kendisini sahnede ağırlamak istiyoruz. MÜSİAD Başkanımız Sayın Mahmut Asmalı'yı sahneye bekliyoruz efendim. AK Parti Genel Başkan Vekilimiz ve Genel Başkan Yardımcılarımızı sahneye davet etmek istiyorum. Sayın bakanlarımızı